Good morning, America. We have a hurricane warning this morning as the Gulf Coast hunkers down for what could be a dangerous storm. Bracing for impact, Tropical Storm Barry picks up speed overnight, set to begin lashing the coast, dumping as much as 2 feet of rain in some areas. The Mississippi River high, water rising in New Orleans, thousands already forced from their homes. A state of emergency declared in Louisiana. Our team is on the ground tracking it all this morning.
Breaking overnight, embattled singer R. Kelly arrested on sex crime charges by federal Homeland Security agents while walking his dog on the streets of Chicago.
High seas takedown. Dramatic video of the Coast Guard chasing down suspected drug smugglers. The submarine filled with 17,000 pounds of cocaine. Heading to the U.S., we're talking to the men behind this daring raid.
Enormous explosion. The new video of this Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant leveled. How everyone survived, the investigation underway.
The World Cup champion robbed after celebrating their big night at the ESPYs. How her wedding ring and key to New York City were stolen right out of her hotel room.
Paradise pics or toxic selfies? The mind-boggling details behind this gorgeous Instagram hotspot. You'll never guess where these photos were taken.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. Hope you're doing well this Friday morning. Great to be here with Amy and Cecilia.
It's great to be here with you both, too, and it is a very busy Friday this morning. We have a lot to get to. Let's take a live look at that tropical storm bearing down on the Gulf Coast right now.
Yeah, that's packing up to 2 feet of rain with very real threat of massive flooding in the area. And here's what it looks like from space.
It is a massive storm. The president's already declared a state of emergency in Louisiana. We're going to begin our coverage with Ginger, tracking the storm. She has the latest on its path. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning, George. Rain, rain, life-threatening rain. If you didn't hear that from my forecast, I would be in trouble because you need to know about Tropical Storm Barry, which right now, most of the convection out in the Gulf of Mexico, the center about 100 miles south of New Orleans. It should make landfall tomorrow just west of New Orleans, which puts New Orleans in one of the worst places it could possibly be. Makes its way up by Tuesday into, say, Tennessee and Kentucky, where the rainfall could be 6 to 10 inches. But it's right here. It's Lafayette, it's Baton Rouge, where up to 25 inches of rain could fall. That's when we're starting to talk about a plugged up Mississippi River, lots of levees that are going to be challenged. And we've got the timing of the storm. I really wanted to share with you this because it's not just, of course, the rain, but you've got tropical storm warnings and hurricane warnings in place because, Cecilia, you could also have storm surge on the order of 3 to 6 feet and tornadoes.
And we know you and your team will be watching this all morning, Ginger. Now let's go over to Rob Marciano, who's there in New Orleans, where a state of emergency has already been declared. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Cecilia. The center of Barry now about 100 miles in that direction. As Ginger pointed out, the backside of this thing is really where the most rain and wind is. We are most concerned with the rain and the surge coming up this river, the Mississippi, which has never been this high with a tropical storm about to hit.
Overnight, Tropical Storm Barry gaining strength, its winds picking up speed as it creeps closer to the Louisiana coast.
We were flying at the same time yesterday. The storm was substantially weaker. It certainly seems more active from a thunderstorm position. An awful lot of rainfall, a lot of lightning.
Now, thousands are scrambling to protect their properties and evacuate to higher ground before Barry makes landfall.
We're just hoping that everything will be okay and life and property will stay safe.
In New Orleans, residents are just recovering from floodwaters swallowing the city on Wednesday. Authorities are prompting residents to make a plan to shelter in place for yet another round.
You need to have at least 72 hours of food, water, and medication for everyone in the house, including your pets.
Authorities closing hundreds of floodgates around NOLA as eyes turn to the levees. The Mississippi River is already engorged, and with the tropical storm threatening up to 2 feet of rain and a 6-foot-high storm surge, the river is expected to crest at 19 feet, just inches from the top of the levees.
Miles of these levees protect this city, but look how close the water already is to the top, and this wind is only going to get worse. Hurricane storm surge being pushed upriver, essentially stopping the flow, lifting the levels, and potentially sending water right into downtown.
But the Army Corps of Engineers says that even if the 20-foot levees are overtopped, they will not fail.
We're confident that we are not going to have a duplicate of Katrina. However, if you have a storm that has elevations much higher than those flood walls, you're going to get water in the city.
And that is the wild card here. How high does this river get? And forecasting river levels is far from exact, especially when you're dealing with rainfall on top of the storm surge, is what we're going to see here. Now, what we have off to my left, that's the French Quarter. Off to my right, that is downtown. And these levees are not this high all around the city, certainly not in the communities down to our south in Plaquemines Parish, where they are evacuating right now, and not to mention what's going to happen in the capital city of Baton Rouge, with memories still fresh there of 2016. Tremendous amount of rain coming with this system, not just here, but across the entire eastern part of the state and far inland. And it's a slow mover, so this is going to be a long weekend across the south. Amy?
Rob, thank you. Southern Louisiana is bracing this morning for that direct hit. The storm expected to be a major test for those levees which protect New Orleans, which failed during Hurricane Katrina. Joining us now is Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards. Governor, good morning to you. And I want to ask you first about the preparations that are underway as you all prepare for that direct hit.
Well, we are obviously in a all hands on deck mode, and I will tell you the preparations are not just in New Orleans, they are statewide. We expect that in about 24 hours or so, what is Tropical Storm Barry now and will be a hurricane at that time, and you never know exactly what Mother Nature is going to throw at you. It'll be the first time in the history of our state that we've had the Mississippi River at flood stage when a hurricane hits.
Yeah, that makes sense, and you certainly do sound incredibly prepared, and rightfully so. The streets of New Orleans already flooded earlier this week during a rainstorm. Yeah. The Mississippi River, as you know, already at a high level, the highest ever actually with such a storm approaching, with 20 inches of rain potentially hitting New Orleans and the Louisiana area. How concerned are you about flooding specifically?
We believe New Orleans is ready. The levee system has never been better. We have 118 out of 120 pumps working. That's the most we've had in many, many years.
Governor, we know you will, and certainly our hearts will be with all of the people there in the Gulf region as you brace for this storm. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Amy.
And the Gulf Coast, not the only area with flooding concerns this week.
Yes, a lot of eyes on that there, Amy. We're going to turn to the severe weather also striking other parts of the country. Deadly flash flooding hitting near Philadelphia. Will Reeve is there in Douglas Township, Pennsylvania with the latest. Good morning, Will.
Cecilia, those heavy rains and flash floods overnight here in rural Pennsylvania turned deadly for a young pregnant mother and her child.
In Pennsylvania, the water rushed in so quickly, many people stranded in their cars, fully submerged along roadways. In Douglas Township, officials say a pregnant woman and her 8-year-old son were found dead after their car was overcome by the rising rapids, sweeping them away. She was on the phone with 911 when she first got stranded until her car flipped and they lost connection. Officials searching for hours before the young family was found. Many streets looking like rivers. The water so high in some areas, highways had to be shut down. This car was still running as the water overtook it. Water rescue teams riding through the streets checking stranded cars for people. A massive sinkhole opening up in Pittsburgh due to the heavy rain.
The water will definitely wash your car away very easily, let alone if you're on foot.
And in New Hampshire, the power of the water carrying away 1,000-pound hay bales like pool toys.
The names and identities of the mother and her child have not yet been released. It did happen just over my shoulder here in the very flooded, muddy Manatawny Creek, a tragedy just 20 miles outside of Philadelphia. Cecilia?
Tragedy indeed. Okay, Will, thank you. Amy?
Cecilia, now let's get to that breaking news. An earthquake erupting early this morning in Seattle with a magnitude of 4.6. ABC's Clayton Sandell has the latest now from L.A. Clayton, good morning.
Good morning, Amy. An early morning jolt. The U.S. Geological Survey reporting a 4.6 magnitude earthquake struck just before 6 Eastern in the town of Three Lakes, Washington. That is just outside Seattle. So far, there is no tsunami warning. Good news. And it appears this quake is not connected to those quakes that struck Southern California last week. But the West Coast region has been on high alert since those July 4th weekend tremors. And experts have been examining the fault lines that run through Seattle to see how far they extend and determine just how strong an earthquake they could produce. Experts say they are less active than the ones in California, but still could trigger a major quake. So officials taking this very seriously this morning. Amy?
As they should. All right, Clayton, thanks so much. George?
Okay, Amy, thanks. Let's go to the battle over the border now and those sweeping immigration raids planned for this weekend targeting undocumented immigrants. Because of the storm, they are on hold for Louisiana, but expected in several other cities. Our senior congressional correspondent Mary Bruce checking all the latest. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, ICE says they are putting on hold any raids in the storm zones in Louisiana and Texas, that they won't be targeting shelters or evacuation areas because of safety concerns. But as you can imagine, George, there is a lot of fear and anxiety in those communities and across the country. Major cities this morning are bracing for this mass roundup that could reportedly begin as early as this weekend, targeting up to 2,000 undocumented immigrants in 10 major cities. While here on the Hill, Democratic leaders are urging people not to open their doors. If ICE comes knocking, they say unless they have a warrant signed by a judge, you do not have to open your door.
And Mary, we also saw that major retreat yesterday from President Trump on his bid to get a citizenship question added to the census. He's giving up on that.
George, after vowing for weeks to fight for this in court, the president has now backed down, saying there will not be a question on citizenship in the 2020 census. Instead, the president says he will use existing government data to try and estimate citizenship. Opponents of this question are ecstatic. They had argued that if this question was included, well, then millions of people, mostly minorities, would not have filled out the census, and that would have had very real consequences since, of course, the census is used to determine how many seats each state gets here in Congress and how federal money is distributed. George?
Mary Bruce, thanks very much, Amy.
All right, George, now to that breaking news overnight. Singer R. Kelly arrested by federal Homeland Security agents on federal sex crime charges. ABC's Janae Norman has the latest on that. Good morning, Janae.
Amy, good morning. We're finding out R. Kelly was out walking his dog in Chicago Thursday night when he was picked up on two separate federal indictments. One is a 5-count indictment out of New York that charges the singer with racketeering. The other is a 13-count indictment out of Chicago that charges R. Kelly with child pornography and obstruction of justice. Overnight, embattled singer R. Kelly arrested in Chicago on 13 new federal sex crime charges, including child pornography, enticement of a minor, and obstruction of justice. NYPD detectives and federal agents taking him into custody. Federal prosecutors saying he will ultimately be brought to New York to face even more charges. This latest arrest coming nearly 5 months after the 52-year-old was released on bail for more than a dozen sexual abuse charges brought by Illinois prosecutors. Additional charges came in May, Kelly pleading not guilty to all of them. His legal problems set off in part by an explosive docuseries on Lifetime titled Surviving R. Kelly. The series profiled multiple women accusing the R&B superstar of abusive behavior and sexual misconduct, including sex with them before they turned 18. Kelly denies all accusations of sexual misconduct, and his attorney says prosecutors are trying to put the singer in double jeopardy.
One of the charges appears to involve the same alleged victim from the earlier case, and double jeopardy should bar that case, and he won that case. A jury acquitted him. Fair and square, it's over.
Kelly says his accusers, who once looked up to him as a mentor, are only seeking fame and fortune. And R. Kelly is scheduled to be arraigned today in federal court in Chicago. He's expected to remain in Chicago until authorities seek to have him extradited to Brooklyn. And later this morning, guys, we'll hear from his representative in a news conference.
All right, more to come on that for sure. Janae, thanks so much.
Thanks, Janae. Now to some terrifying moments in the sky. It happened over the ocean near Hawaii. Turbulence tossing around a jumbo jet, hurting dozens of people, some of them seriously. Whit Johnson is here with more on this. Good morning, Whit.
Cecilia, good morning to you. This is a reminder that severe turbulence can hit with little to no warning. On this flight over the Pacific, passengers describing a violent jolt. Those who weren't already wearing seatbelts had almost no time to react.
The aftermath of those terrifying moments. Oxygen masks dangling from the ceiling, meals strewn across the aisle, major turbulence rattling this Boeing 777, injuring dozens.
Charlie 9er will be engaged in medical personnel to identify.
The Air Canada jet carrying 284 people on its way to Sydney from Vancouver, but halfway over the Pacific, pilots turned on the fasten seatbelt signs.
Before people even had time to get back to their seats, the plane just dropped.
37 injuries, 9 of them serious, forcing pilots to change course, flying back 600 miles to Hawaii.
Everyone's head in the plane who wasn't wearing a seatbelt just hit the roof like a jack in a box.
5 doctors on board treating passengers right away.
We had several patients with neck and back injuries, some with lacerations to the head.
Upon landing, some requiring a neck brace.
It was like a scene from a movie, like the worst possible scenario you can think of.
Just last month, severe turbulence on a European flight, throwing this flight attendant to the ceiling as she was picking up drinks. She was not injured.
Now, everyone injured on board is expected to make a full recovery. Air Canada said it was working to provide meals and hotels for passengers in Hawaii, as well as travel options to get them to their final destinations. But just, I mean, we've all been on flights, but this is extreme, very frightening.
It was a tough one. Thank you, Whit. We're going to move on now to news overnight from Los Angeles, where World Cup champ Allie Long was robbed after Team USA's big night at the ESPYs. ABC's Adrian Bankert is in LA with the details. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning to you too, George. Yes, this is one of those shake your heads and say, what in the world moments, especially after this whirlwind. It's only been 5 days since the team won the World Cup in France, and they flew to New York City for that epic victory parade, right? Then they come across the country, get glammed up, and grace the stage and the red carpet for the ESPY Awards. And midfielder Allie Long is robbed in her hotel room here at the Ritz-Carlton. Now, according to the LAPD, Allie Long and her husband left their room for a time following the awards show. They left the door propped open, it wasn't locked, and someone snuck in, stealing cash and valuables, including the key to New York City given to her and the members of the U.S. women's national team by the mayor of New York. Now, Allie tweeted about this and said, hey guys, a thief came in and stole my wedding ring, cash, and the key to my favorite city, asking Mayor de Blasio on Twitter, do you make copies? She'd love another one. Now, we don't know if the mayor and Allie have spoken, but we do know this, that the LAPD says there is video from the floor where her room is located. They are reviewing that, and detectives are looking into who may have done this. George?
Well, let's hope she gets the ring back, too. Okay, Adrian, thanks very much.
All right, well, now to the big celebrity stealing the headlines in Chicago. An alligator on the loose in popular Humboldt Park. You see there, it's been spotted swimming in the lagoon. It's managed, however, to evade traps for days while drawing big crowds trying to catch a glimpse and snap photos. But officials warn, when you're snapping those photos, watch out, because the gator is a gator and could unexpectedly snap back. So they're urging everyone to stay away from the water. Also of note, the gator has been named in honor of another local celebrity. Some are now calling him Chance the Snapper. I don't know how Chance the Rapper feels about that.
Once the alligator bites someone.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you, Amy. We are following a lot of other headlines this morning, including a rare high seas takedown caught on camera. There you see the Coast Guard catching a vessel filled with drugs. We're hearing from the men who pulled off that daring raid.
Also this morning, shoppers get ready for Amazon's biggest sale of the year, but how to know if a Prime Day discount is actually a deal.
And the surprising details behind this gorgeous Instagram hotspot. You will never guess where these photos were taken. But first, let's go back over to Ginger.
Guys, we have given so much attention to New Orleans, and rightfully so, because this weekend could be devastating there. But I want to focus on other places like Lafayette, Louisiana, where they are sandbagging ahead of Tropical Storm Barry, and they should be. From there to Baton Rouge, we're talking about up to 2 feet of rain. So let me take you through the forecast, because this is the other problem I didn't get to share with you. That storm surge warning includes New Iberia, Morgan City. There's a watch up around Lake Pontchartrain, over through Gulfport, and even Biloxi and Pascagoula. So keep an eye, because that is going to block the rain, right? So it's going to push all the water toward the coast tomorrow into Sunday. And then as the center passes, we wanted to time it out for you. It should come on shore tomorrow, but then it's just this fire hose that goes just west of New Orleans and brings too much rain. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, the weekend getaway is sponsored by Verizon Wireless.
We run right into these crises, and we do not leave until normalcy is restored. We'd been working for days on a site in a storm-devastated area. A family pulled up. It was a mom and her kids. Everything they had been washed away. The only thing that brought any kind of solace was the ability to hand her a device so she could call her family and let them know that she was okay.
There for you when it matters most. Join us and get up to $650 when you switch. That's Verizon.
Starting out with some mugginess and a bit of fog this morning. Your temperatures in the mid-70s. By lunchtime today, we're up to 86. And just after lunchtime today, there may be a passing shower south of D.C. Very brief, but no severe weather expected. 90 today. Humidity will drop, especially this weekend. A hot one and perfect weather to be poolside. There's your 90 on Sunday with a few additional clouds during the afternoon. Higher heat also for next week, and maybe some tropical rains from Barry next Thursday.
We have a lot more coming up, plus our concert in the park.
The day after chemo shouldn't mean going back to the doctor just for a shot. With Neulasta Onpro, patients get their day back. To be with family or